Hello to our viewers and to our listeners at home. This is your girl Batabile. I'm back again with a new topic. So with me, I have a dietitian. He's an expert. His name is Colin Siesa. So I'm sure you guys are gonna have this question: why a dietitian? As you all know, that Foritech Online, TV and radio has came up with a show that is mainly focused on health and fitness lifestyle. So that's why Foritech has decided to bring along a dietitian to us, just so we know and we learn more about the healthy living, um, diet, and so on. So, Mr. CS, please kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay. Good afternoon to you, Watavide, and your listeners and viewers at home. My
Afternoon.
name is Colin. I'm a dietitian, and I'm based in Limpopo, Tanin.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Please tell us more about your field as you're a dietitian. Please tell us more about your field. Tell us more about the role that you play as a dietitian in people's life.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Okay. Before I start, I would like to say, I'm sure you guys know about diseases of lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of diseases of lifestyle? So most of those conditions are actually as a result of our diet, our day-to-day diet.
Yeah.
So they contribute a lot. So for us to actually have those diseases of lifestyle later in life, it
Mm-hmm.
mostly contributed to our the type of diet that we engage in earlier in life.
Okay.
So it is important for the public to actually know the type or the correct diet that they should follow on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to actually get the most accurate and reliable information with regard to their diet, they should actually consult a dietitian or a nutritionist, which are the most uh, which are the most relevant professionals in terms of providing a nutritional guide or nutritional coaches or nutritional information. So those people, those professionals are the most reliable and they are the most qualified to actually provide you with nutrition education.
Okay. Oh, so
Yes.
Colin, I just want to say this. I didn't know that we have a nutritionist. I
Okay.
thought, yes, I thought it's one and the same thing. So now that you have just made it clear that if ever you need to know more about diet, you need to consult a dietitian or a nutritionist. Please tell
Yes.
us what's the difference?
Okay. So previously, a dietitian and a nutritionist were actually separate. They were, they were not in the same umbrella. But now, recently, we are in the same umbrella. We are called nutritionist, dietitian, nutritionist.
Oh,
So we fall under the same umbrella. And
okay.
previously, nutritionists were actually based more on the community, and then dietitian were actually based more in the hospital. So, but
Oh,
now recently we actually falling under the same umbrella. And then to answer your question as to what is our role
mm-hmm.
with regard to a diet,
Yes.
okay, the first thing that we do as a dietitian, the first thing that we do what we call anthropometric assessment. So
Okay.
actually we assess a client. We do the weight, we do the height, and then we calculate what is called the BMI. So the BMI is actually it relates your weight and your height. It's just a relationship between your weight and your height.
So
And
it,
then the BMI is supposed to be between 18.5 and
yes.
25. For us to say you are normal, your BMI is normal. It's supposed to be between 18.5 and 25. And then once your BMI starts to be above 25,
Mm-hmm.
then you are called overweight. And then if your BMI is above 30,
Yes.
then that's where you say you are obese. So that is the first thing that we do. We do what we call anthropometry.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we do in a hospital setting, we can also analyze your blood results. In your blood results, we'll actually be checking any abnormalities that will actually restrict an individual from consuming certain types of food.
Or based on their blood type.
Based on their blood results, not blood type, blood results.
Okay.
So based on your blood results, depending on the abnormalities that we find, we are then going to advise you in terms of certain nutrients or certain food that you must try to avoid. Now we give you education or we give you counseling based on your blood results. Then the third thing that we do, Batabile, we also do a clinical assessment. You know, a clinical assessment, we do it from your head to your toe. We also look for any abnormalities that we can get that is related to nutrition.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So when we do those assessments from your hair to your eyes, your hands, you know, we check for any abnormalities that we can get that is related to nutrition, and then we advise accordingly.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. So for someone who is okay, do you give
Can I still continue on the road?
Okay,
then
no problem.
Yes. And then the other thing that we do what we call a dietary assessment, whereby we ask you on a day-to-day basis, what do you normally eat? How many times you eat in a day?
Yes.
And then we compare that to our standards, as to how many times are you supposed to be eating a day, as to what kind of food are you supposed to be consuming more of, and what type of food are you supposed to be consuming less of. Then we counsel you according to what you actually told us in terms of assessing your dietary habits or your dietary intake per day.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we do nutritional counseling. Overall, we actually do nutritional counseling that is aimed in changing the behavior of an individual towards eating healthy or towards adapting to a healthy eating habit. So we mostly do nutritional counseling under certain conditions that are diet related.
Okay.
For instance, I'll give you an example. If a person is hypertensive, we can actually give nutrition counseling under hypertensive in terms of what type of food are you supposed to be eating and what type of food are you supposed to be eating less of because of the hypertensive.
Yes.
For instance, if a person is diabetic, we also give nutrition counseling under diabetes. And then the other thing that we also do meal plans. Meal plans will actually depend on our current goal, as in like what do we want to achieve. We can do meal plans towards maybe weight loss or meal plans for weight gain. So depending on our goal, we can actually craft a meal plan for an individual to meet certain nutritional needs for that certain individual.
Okay.
Yes. That's in short what our role is with regard to diet.
Okay, as an individual, I want to lose weight. Okay.
Okay.
So, I've been starving myself. Is it advisable for a person who wants to lose weight to starve themselves, or there's another better way or a healthy way, if I can say, that the person can follow for the results of losing weight?
Okay. There's actually a healthier way whereby a person can follow, and that person will lose weight safely without compromising the physiology of the body because the public, the one thing that you need to understand is that when you eat, when you eat food, you are not only eating to fill up your stomach, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
You are eating food so that you get nutrients, vitamins and minerals. And those vitamins and minerals, they actually play a bigger role in terms of the functioning of your body. You know, your body, for it to function very well, it needs certain minerals and certain minerals in their right quantity.
Okay.
So eating is not all about filling up your stomach. So if an individual is going to starve themselves for them to actually lose weight, that is not a healthy way, or that is not a safe way to lose weight, because you'll be depriving your body with very much important vitamins and nutrients for your body to actually function well. So I wouldn't advise anyone to actually starve themselves in the name of trying to
To
lose
lose
weight.
weight. Okay.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
happens? What happens actually to my body if I starve myself, or if I do intermittent fasting? Do I bring do I cause like maybe some sort of sicknesses, or do I cause some sort of maybe in a later stage I experience they say I'm with this type or this certain disease? What happens to my body?
Okay, so when you starve yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you are actually causing an imbalances in your body, because to every change that you bring to your body needs to adapt to that change, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So when you starve yourself for a short period of time, you are causing imbalances in your body. You're actually tampering with your metabolic rate. Your metabolic rate will forever be changing. And then once you start eating, then you gain a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so any change that you bring to your body will have to adapt to it. So if you are forever changing, it means even your body is forever changing. You see, and then once you start eating again, down now your metabolic rate went down because you were not eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start eating, then you start gaining a lot of weight. And just by gaining a lot of weight, it's a risk factor for many conditions later in life. So, because now if you are overweight now, it's a risk for you to become hypertensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's a risk for you to become diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a risk for you to have renal condition just because you are overweight. And that overweight resulted from you starving and from you creating imbalances in your own body.
All right, all right. Okay, for someone who is their BMI levels are normal, they are not overweight, they are not underweight.
Okay.
What kind of food do they need to eat if they want to maintain their their body weight, if they want to maintain their healthy living or a healthy diet? What kind of foods do they need to eat?
Okay. The safest kind of uh, food that an individual needs to be eating more of.
Mm-hmm.
Your fruits. You need to actually understand the healthier snack options like your fruit. You know,
Yeah.
you can have fruits, you can have vegetables, you can have nuts, and you can actually reduce your sugary drinks.
Yeah.
You see, you need to reduce your sugary drinks. You need to reduce your highly processed food products. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the natural, the food that appears in their natural form. Those are the
Yes.
best or the healthier options that you can get, because they were not tampered with. They are not they are not canned. They are not tampered with. They
Mm-hmm.
appear like that naturally. So those are the kind of foods that you need to be eating more of. And those kind of foods are mostly your vegetables, are mostly your fruits, because they are in their natural form. They are the safest. They were never processed. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what you need to be eating a lot of if you just want to maintain your normal BMI.
Okay. So, as you've just mentioned about the fruits, let's say I want to lose weight, um, but I've decided that I need to eat fruits. The sugar that I'm gonna eat, the sugar that I'm gonna consume is the one that I'm gonna get from the fruits, and I keep on eating fruits to a point that my meal is no longer balanced. Like I hardly get protein, and it's only the fruits. It's only the starch that I get from the fruits. It's only the fiber that I get from the fruits. Will that also affect me?
Yes, it will affect you. Remember, you must have what we call a variety of food.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have in your diet. You must include what we call a variety of food, eating from different food groups,
Okay.
because there's no single or specific food with all the vitamins and nutrients that you need for your body to function.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get them from just one single food. So you need to eat different kinds from different food groups, in their different colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you actually get that's where you'll actually get it right in terms of consuming a good quality nutrition.
Okay.
Because in your diet you need protein. In your diet you need those healthy fats. In your diet you need the carbohydrate. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So you need
Yes.
to get all those in the right amount. And then for you to actually know how much is the right amount for you, that's where a dietitian will come in, and the dietitian will assist you, and the dietitian will estimate in terms of how many calories do you need in a day, how many grams of protein do you need in a day, how many grams of fat do you need in a day.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yes.
actually a good one because I think so many people struggle when it comes to knowing the total calories that they need to consume per day. For someone
Come again?
I'm saying that's actually a good one because it becomes a struggle for someone who wants to lose weight. It becomes a
Yeah.
struggle to know the number of calories that they need to consume per day. And also for someone who wants to gain weight, it becomes a struggle because of I feel like at some point there is there's a lack of education when it comes to people who want to gain weight because they believe that whenever you want to gain weight you need to eat fatty food. People don't
Yes.
know that for you to gain weight you need to at least consume more protein. In that way you will gain weight. In that way also you need to um, um, maintain or have a balanced meal, but make sure that your protein intake is very high compared to your carbs, your fiber, and what and so on.
Yes. So the most important thing is for you to know the right amount of everything, the right amount. It should be underlined to say the right amount of protein, of carbohydrates, of fat, and
Mm-hmm.
not eating above your normal consumption.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we also need to know is, when you step on a scale, that scale will tell you the weight of your protein or your muscle, the weight of your water, the weight of your fat, and also the weight of your bone. So so the weight that you get when you step on the scale
Mm-hmm.
is a combination of those four. You know, it's water percentage, fat percentage, muscle percentage, and bone.
So it
So, but
actually shows
they
you where you lacking.
yes,
Oh.
some scale will actually give you a range to say your water should be at this level
Mm-hmm.
depending on your age. Your bones should be at this level depending on your age. Your fat should be at this level depending on your age. Your muscle should be at this level depending on your age. Because what we prefer mostly in the body, your your muscles are supposed to be a lot of. You need a lot of muscles in your body as compared to fat.
Mm-hmm.
Because now a lot of fat, if you have a lot of fat percentage in your body, it means even your vital organs are actually surrounded by fat, and which is mostly dangerous.
these days we tend to eat a lot of processed foods. And
Okay.
yes, what advice can you give to a person who wants to be healthy, but and not on like he wants to be healthy, but he doesn't want to be on a diet?
This person doesn't want to be on a specific diet,
Yes, but then he
but
wants
still
to. Yes,
they want to be healthy.
yes.
Okay. Number one, they should have a variety of food.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two, they should reduce the highly processed food items.
Okay.
Yes. If they can just do that. And also they should also reduce the intake of your simple sugars, like sugar from your cold drinks,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
juices. You need to cut down on those.
Okay. So
Yes.
what?
And also in generally you need to also be cutting down on your fatty food, consumption of fatty food. Any vegetable fats that you can see on your steak or on your drumstick, you need to
Mm-hmm.
remove it before you can even cook it. In that way, you know that you're not consuming a lot of unhealthy fat.
Oh, so animal fat is also regarded as unhealthy fat.
Yes, because they are the ones that mostly increases your cholesterol level.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know
So
about that.
any vegetable fats that you can see on your meat,
Mm-hmm.
you try to remove it. I know you cannot remove all of the fat, but you try to remove as much as possible from it before you can actually even cook it.
Okay. One last question. Is it advisable for a person to use supplements or to consume um, the protein shakes, like everything that we see on the counter? Is it advisable for a person to use that?
You
And
know,
what are the dangers of using that?
the supplements.
Mm-hmm.
It's not advised. I wouldn't advise anyone to take supplements. What I will do, I'll actually advise them again. I'll advise them to take a variety of food. A variety of food is the best option ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, if you're taking supplements, if
Yes.
you're taking supplements, sometimes you don't even know what they really add in the supplement. You know,
Yeah. They might be
sometimes you
adding
find,
something. Yeah. I
yeah,
understand.
sometimes you find you're actually taking more of the supplement than food. And you know that when you are taking supplements, you're actually targeting one specific nutrient
Mm-hmm.
when you're taking supplements. But when you're taking food, you're actually taking a whole lot of different nutrients from the specific food. You
Okay.
see,
So what are the
sometimes if you
dangers of
take
taking
some,
supplements?
sometimes if you take maybe one glass of a shake for breakfast and then you don't eat your meal, so you are missing out on other nutrients that you actually can get from a healthy normal plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna repeat this question. Like, what are the dangers of taking supplements?
What are they?
The dangers of taking supplements.
As I was saying, that the dangers of taking supplements is that you'll only be getting one specific nutrient.
Or it's not that maybe it's gonna affect maybe your kidneys or your liver.
And then the other thing, depending on what supplement you are taking,
Oh,
depending on what supplement you are taking. So that supplement that you are taking, you might be taking more of than what you need of that supplement. And the other thing, you don't really know that what they add. Sometimes, like you cannot really tell what they add in the supplement,
oh, okay, okay.
which might affect you negatively.
Oh, all right. Colin, I think we have covered everything. Can you please drop your live handle so that if ever someone wants to speak to you based on diet, based on a healthy living, they can be free to contact you. And Colin. Okay, he's out. Anyway, viewers and listeners, I think Colin has covered everything. He mentioned something about um, checking your BMI levels, checking your blood, like giving you blood test. Please don't feel or be fearful when someone talks about blood test. It's for a good cause. It's not that they want to find um, some of the results that will come out um, that might be so scary for you guys if you don't want to know about them, but it's also for a good cause because you guys will at least know more on a diet that you need to take. So as Foritech, we believe that this will be so helpful to everyone at home. Some of you didn't know more about the dietitians and the nutritionist. I hope today you have learned a lot, and this was one one thing that has educated you about a healthy living, about a healthy diet. So please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like.